Trump on Fox News says Nigeria failed to protect citizens. And then the riders prosecute those behind attacks on Christians. Italian Prime Minister tells federal government. U.S. Congressman Moore urges FG to disarm Middle Belt militants. And then Tinubu meets DSS DG, restates commitment to eliminate terrorists. So it's still on the front burner. President Trump is doubling down on his position about Nigeria, still saying that it's a disgrace that all these killings will be going on and little being done by the president or by the government. But here we have the president, after his meeting with the DSS DG, restating his commitment to eliminate terrorists. It's all about security largely. On top of that lead story is the second lead after verification. Can puts number of abducted students, teachers in Niger school attack at 315. So we're not dealing with 25, we're not dealing with 230. Can, Christian Association of Nigeria, is saying the figure at their disposal is about 315. And the riders debunks allegation that school ignored security reports. Governor Bago, that's Governor Bago of Niger State, orders all schools closed till New Year. All schools closed till New Year. You know, there's still some argument and controversy about whether the Minister of Education, Tuji Alausa, actually issued a statement about closing 41 model schools or not, public schools. But here in Niger State, Governor Bago says all schools closed till the new year to forestall. I think there are a few other states that have also done a similar thing. And then the window story, okay, before then, Unite Against Insecurity or region would decline further. That's from Atiku and Dangote, who are telling the northern, who are saying that to the northern leaders. That story is on page 5 of today's newspaper. Unite Against Insecurity or region would decline further. Atiku, Dangote tell northern leaders. And last but not the least, I believe, on the window at G20 Leaders Summit. Of course, we are expecting our own Adesu Agiwasagi, you know, to speak to us about what is happening there. But the window story here says, at G20 Leaders Summit, Tinubu demands fair handling of global financial flows, recurring debt crisis, canvasses equity in global mineral trade, AI governance. And if you look at the cover story, that's the Vice President Kashim Shettima, who's representing President Tinubu there, with the President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Those are the stories on the cover of this day. KK.
Yeah. No doubt, the story of the day is the story of insecurity in the land. If you take both the lead story of this day on Sunday,
yes,
as well as the second lead,
yes,
and in fact, the front pages of virtually all the newspapers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Today they are all stories of insecurity. Now let's take both the lead story and the second lead of this day together. You know, that is the Khan
story, the Trump story,
statistics, yeah, as well as the Trump story.
Yeah.
Now I think at this moment it is important that both the government and the people of Nigeria should have moral clarity, you know, on this issue of insecurity. You know, there should be clarity of purpose, you know, because there is a lot of tension, controversy, debate going on. That is, you know, quite healthy, you know, because you have a problem, you have to discuss, you know, it, democratically, and then harvest ideas, you know, for the solution. But in the course of the discussion, it is possible to establish, moral clarity. And that thing is what many people have said, you know, I mean, there's a lot of wisdom in that. the first thing to establish is that this problem is a Nigerian problem.
Yeah.
You know, there is insecurity problem, and I don't think there is any debate about that. You know, nobody is denying it. The government itself, the president himself, as number one, is not denying that we have insecurity problem. And of course, from if you take this list now, they can't say that actually about 315. You know, that's a very chilling,
that's a huge number.
chilling statistic. You know, to give of children in captivity. You know, that's to show that nobody is denying the reality. I think where the disagreement comes in is the approach and the perception. And I'm talking about the perception. I want to say that the one that we have control over and the one which is abused, it is what we do about our problem as Nigerians. We have no control over how outside Nigeria others perceive it. So our approach as a nation, should be driven by what Trump says or what anybody says in America or elsewhere. Either as well wishers or issuing threats. That is secondary. The primary thing is that we have a problem, and the solution is going to come internally. It's Nigerians that are going to solve it. Nobody is coming to save Nigeria, from Nigeria. But of course, Nigeria can get help, but that does not mean that the solution is going to come, from abroad, To have that, to me, is a great, delusion, and that is why. So, if the problem is here, and the solution has to come from here, as a matter of, really on the part of government, it's a constitutional duty that the government must find, a solution to it. Then that means that we also have to have unity of purpose. And that's why I'm talking about moral clarity. That is why we have unity of purpose, and also be clear, about how we define the problem and how we are solving it. Part of the unity of purpose is that the government, should continue to communicate with the people, effort that is making, and also we should avoid any step or any solution that could be divisive. Because we are not going to solve. Because if you are not careful, a solution, or that's going to be a prescribed solution, may end up becoming a problem or worsening the problem. So I think that the solution that we should have as a people is to admit our problem as it is, get it quite clear, and then that continue to challenge the Nigerian state, to meet its constitutional responsibility of keeping Nigerians safe for everybody. In fact, I dare say that it's not just only for Nigerians, it's also for all residents of Nigeria. Because at times we often forget that the government also has a responsibility for expatriates, people who are non-Nigerians, who are within the Nigerian territory. So that constitutional responsibility for all residents, anybody within the Nigerian space, regardless of faith, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of region, and that's how I believe that it is that holistic perception of the problem, and that will help rather than the problem now, fueling, what you can call the fault lines, of the Nigerian society, and the polity,
what will you say to those who might think that it is easy to continue to ask government to do its best if you have not been touched by the murderers, by the terrorists? That if anybody has fallen victim, or somebody close to one has fallen victim, that the sort of solution that you will seek will be different, and that if help, as urgently from as anywhere. Possible, could come from anywhere, whether it's America or elsewhere, that should come. And therefore, the idea that we should haven't given government, such a long time. Government has been dealing with this thing almost forever. And people are saying that, our families are being killed, people of my faith are being targeted, etc. Why should we continue to debate the need to seek assistance urgently?
Okay. I think I agree with you that if we could get help, if we get help from anywhere, we should have it, because if you have a problem. And I think precisely that is what the government is doing. Currently, a team is in the United States, and actually making progress in terms of engagement with the United States government, meeting, critical, people there, and their mission, from what has been officially is to seek partnership. To seek help. So precisely what you are saying, is what the government is doing. But I agree with